In today's video, we're going to be doing a tutorial for this bag, this hexagon bag, and you're going to need 7 hexagon blocks in order to make this bag. You can make them in any style that you wish. In the description box, you'll find links to free tutorials for several different types of hexagons and also for this puffed heart, because at the end of the video, we're going to be making this puffed heart bag tassel together. I'm Beth, and this is Summer, and we are Chic Crochet. This is a Valentine themed bag, but of course you can make it in anything that you wish. If you want to do your bag just like mine, you're going to need to purchase a couple of these wooden ring handles, and I'll supply those links as well. So I'll see you in a moment and we'll get the tutorial started. For this project, you should have your 7 hexagons ready to go, have a pair of scissors, a needle for darning, and your hook. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook with a acrylic worsted weight yarn. I have this particular set of stitch markers and these Clover Amour crochet hooks, and they just happen to coordinate with all of the colors of the crochet hooks except for this kind of peachy pink one, which is the one that I use for brown. So when I'm crocheting and I walk away from a project, I always make sure I have the color of stitch marker left in my work of whatever hook I'm using. That way I don't forget if I come back to it. I think I'll remember, but I typically don't. So these stitch markers are kind of a lifesaver in that regard. So I'm using a 4mm hook, which is purple, and that coordinates with my purple stitch marker. Just a handy little trick. Here's an example of what the bag will look like finished. So this is what we're going to be making, something very similar, except for ours is going to be a Valentine themed bag. And you will also need the rings that we're using for the handles. So I will link all of the supplies below in the description box, and you can order a set of these if you can't find them on the shelf. We're also going to be making a bag tassel or a bag charm out of this heart. I will also link the video so you can make your own puffed heart, and then I'm going to make a tassel hanging from it, and it's going to hang from your purse, something like this. You may not even need stitch markers for this project, but just have a few on hand just in case. So I would like you to put a border on your hexagon. Whether you used the same pattern I did or a different one, you may need to add some width. So either add a single crochet border, a double crochet border, or a half double crochet. And if you're not sure how to do that, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a double crochet border on this one, and you're going to go through the top of each of those stitches. It's just going to make it cleaner, and it's going to make it easier when we start putting our hexagon bag together. So in order to do that, and I'm going to do a double crochet, you're going to yarn over, go through your stitch, make sure you've gone through both sides of your stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. When you get to a corner, we're going to do 2 double crochet right into that corner. So yarn over, go through the space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Excuse me, my yarn is a little splitty. Yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to do 1 chain space for that corner. I'm going to do 2 double crochet on the other side of that corner. So that is a corner. And now I'm going to continue in the top of these stitches all the way across with double crochets. And just do that all the way around. And when you get to your corners, go into those with 2 double crochet, 1 chain, and 2 more double crochet. So we're at a corner again, and I'm going to do 1 more corner with you. So I'm going to yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, yarn over, go through the space, yarn over or pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go through the chain space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So continue that until you have completed a border all the way around all of your hexagons, and then we will join these together in our purse. So I'm going to be using the same color of pink that I used in the border row of my hexagons. I'm going to use the pink to join. You're going to see, in the version I'm using, you're going to see your join. It's going to show. So I just wanted it to look a little cohesive and not so busy, and that's why I'm not joining with the red or the black. I'm joining with the same color of pink that I ended that last border row. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start by joining in the corner. So find your corner and find your corner on 2 hexagons and put the right sides together so the wrong side is showing out, and then just slip your hook through the chain space in the corner straight through and slip stitch onto your hook. Hold onto your working yarn with your fingers and pull that straight through. Then yarn over and pull it through, and now we are fastened on. We're going to do another stitch in this chain space corner, so just go straight through again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. So we're going to be doing single crochets. And this is why I asked you to do a single or double crochet border for your last round, because we're going to go into the top of these stitches to join. So here's our next stitch. Go through on both sides, make sure you've gone through all of those stitches. You should have 5 threads on your hook. So here's the one that was already on our hook. Here's the first stitch, which is 1, 2 more, and then 2 more on the second stitch. So a total of 5. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So there's our next single crochet, and do that all the way across, and make sure you've got your stitches lined up really well. If you aren't good at lining those stitches up, then stitch markers might be a help. You could do it like every 3rd stitch or something like that to hold those together so you're not getting off track. Just go straight across. Okay, we're almost to the end. That's my last one. Okay, now we're at the end of the row. You're going to go straight into that corner, into the chain space, and you're going to single crochet 2 times. All right, now let's open it up and see how we're looking. All right. Now we're ready to add another hexagon. So take another one and put right sides together, and we're going to continue down this row. So chain 1, because we're in a corner, go back into that chain space, and also on the other side of the one we just added. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we are fastened on. Make 1 more single crochet since we're in that corner. So find your first stitch. First stitch can be a little hard to find. It should be right here. So I'm going under on this side and under on the other side. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And do that all the way down the side, and I will meet you at the corner. We find ourselves at the corner again. So you're going to go straight through that corner into the chain space on both sides. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and do that one more time. Another single crochet in that corner, and then chain 1. And let's open it up and see what we have. Okay. So we're going to want to put another one here. So put your right sides together, pick your work back up, go into that corner on both sides, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, do that one more time, another single crochet right into that space, and now find your first stitch. So mine is right here. I'm finding it on the other side. yarn over, pull through, and do that all the way down, and I will meet you on the other corner, and then we will add the next block. We're at the end of this row, and I'm going to go straight into that corner again with 2 single crochet and 1 chain. Let's open it up and see how we're looking. Now we're ready to add another block right here. Okay, so flip it over, put right sides together, pick up your work. We're going to go into the corner again on both sides with 2 single crochet. Find your first stitch on both sides. And go all the way down with those single crochets. Now we're at the corner again, so go straight into that corner with 2 single crochets and 1 chain, and let's see what we have. All right, we're getting there. We're going to attach 1 more, and then this one, the one you have left, is going to go onto the other side, and then we'll be folding the other hexagons in and attaching those, and that will make the purse. Does that make more sense when you see it like this? And I'm going to steam mine a bit to flatten it and stretch it out, and then our handle, of course, will go here. So that's the goal. That's what we're working toward. So this is what we have attached so far, and we're going to take another one. Put right sides together, pick up your work, fasten back on. Go back into that chain space corner. 1, 2, and find your first stitch. As I have said, that first one is a little difficult to find. Okay, do your single crochet and single crochet all the way down, and I will meet you at the corner. So we're back at the corner, and in this case we're going to do 2 single crochets into that corner, but we are not going to chain 1 this time. So you're going to do 2 single crochet, and that is going to be the top of our purse. It's going to be where the opening is. It's where the handle is going to attach. So we're at this part right now. And now we're getting ready to add the other centerpiece onto the other side. So we're going to fasten off and reattach. So you're going to cut your yarn. And now you can chain 1 to fasten off. Just chain 1 and pull it straight through and pull right there. Okay, and that's going to be hidden on the inside of the purse. And we're going to weave in the end so you won't be seeing that. All right, now turn your purse over. And you're going to take the right side and put it upside down. And we're going to start attaching all of these edges to this center hexagon, like so. And then we'll have to go back in and crochet each edge together separately. I'm sorry about that, but that is the only way that we can do it and get everything fully attached. It will require some ends being weaved, but it will be okay. It won't be that many. It's not that terrible. All right, so I'm going to let me lay that down for you again so you can see what I'm doing. So this is going to be the opening of the purse. So fold this first one in, put it together like this, Then pick up your work and attach in this corner right here with a slip stitch. So put your hook straight through the corner, slip stitch onto your hook, pull it through, yarn over, and now we're attached. And now I'm going to count that as my first single crochet, and then I'm going to do one more single crochet. And now we're going to go down all of the stitches with a single crochet. Find your first one. Make sure you go through on both sides. And single crochet all the way down that row. So we're back at the corner, and you're going to go into the corner on both sides, pull up a loop, do 2 single crochet. There's 1, 2, chain 1. So we've attached to our middle block here, and we're going to fold this block over, pull it up, getting ready to attach it. So go into that corner space on both sides, do 2 single crochet, 1, 2, then find your first stitch, line it up, and crochet straight across all the way down. I'll meet you at the end. We're to the corner, so go straight into that corner on both sides and do 2 single crochets, chain 1, and then see how it's looking. All right, yours should look something like this. We don't have these sides attached yet. We're just attaching to this middle piece. So now fold in this edge, bring it up, and find your corner space. Go straight into that corner with 2 single crochets. Then we're going to go all the way down the edge, and I'll meet you at this corner. So you should be looking like this, and we're going to finish this corner with our 2 single crochet. So there's 1, 2, chain 1. Now we're going to pull up this edge. So now it would look like this. I'm going to attach this corner by going into that corner and back through the other corner. Do 2 single crochet. Now we're going to single crochet all the way down the edge and attach it together. If you're making this for a Valentine bag, I would love to hear how you're going to use it. Is it going to be for you? Is it going to be for a gift? Are you going to make yours a more mature, ladylike bag that you can take on a date night? Or are you going to make it in little girl fun colors and give it to your daughter to carry her Valentine's to school on Valentine's Day? Or it could be made into spring colors for Easter. Or summer colors to take to the beach. You could just make it whatever colors you want. And that is what is so fun about crochet. It is so versatile, and these patterns, we can make them customized to however we want to use them or wear them. So we're at the corner, so we're going to go into the corner on both sides with 2 single crochet, chain 1, and we are at our last block, getting ready to attach it. So bring it up, bring it around, go into the corner, space again with 2 more single crochet, and then crochet all the way across, and I will meet you at the end. So now we're back down to the corner, and we are going to do 2 single crochet into that corner. Let's see how we are looking. All right, it's really looking more like a bag now. Of course, it's going to look even prettier when we flip it back right side out, because now it's inside out. Okay, so what we are going to do now is attach each of these sides together. So we're going to be going up here and across here, and for each of these you're going to have to fasten off, reattach, fasten off, reattach, fasten off. So you're going to do that for each of these corners. So I'm going to be cutting my yarn here. And I'm going to chain 1 and pull it through. And again, these little woven in ends will be on the inside, so they won't be as noticeable as they would be if they were on the outside, so we don't have to worry about that. And you're going to pull up the next corner like this. When the bag's finished, of course, that will be flattened back out, and the seam will not be up like that. It will be flat like this. But for now, you're going to pull it up like this, and you're going to reattach into this corner. So put your hook through the corner on both sides and slip stitch onto your hook, tighten up your slip stitch, pull it through, yarn over to fasten on, and then make 1 more single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet all the way down. Now we are to the corner, so you're going to single crochet 2 times, chain 1, single crochet 2 more times, 1, 2, and now we're going all the way down this side until we get to here. So find your first stitch, going to the top of that stitch, crochet, single crochets all the way down. Some people do this in a slip stitch. I like to do it in a single crochet just because I kind of like the way the ribbing looks. If you wanted the ribbing to be on the outside, instead of turning the blocks inside out to attach, you would just put the right side out to attach, and then that way your ribbing would be on the outside. And I do a lot of purses that way too. It just depends if I'm wanting the ribbing to show, because it can be a really nice little detail if you like it, and sometimes I do. But in this case, I just put the ribbing on the inside because I thought the majority of people might like that look better. And now we're at the corner again, so go into that corner with 2 single crochet. And now we have a little hole here, so I'm going to just slip under right here in that corner on the opposite side and pull through as a slip stitch to attach. So I'm not going to have a hole there when I fasten off. And I'm ready to fasten off here. since it's a slip stitch, make a single crochet and pull through, and then you're going to weave in your end. So that is going to be the same thing you're going to do for each of these sides all the way down. So just rewind that and watch it again if you need to. And then when you are finished with all of those, meet me back at the top and we're going to talk about how we're going to attach the handle. Okay, I'm meeting you back after we have attached everything, and I did say that we were going to do the handle, but before we're going to do a couple of things before we do the handle. And I'm going to show you how to weave in and end if you are a newer crocheter and aren't used to doing that. So thread your needle with your yarn, and I like to come down to one of the corners. I just find it an easier place to weave in my ends and hide it. So, and also I don't want this knot to show where I fastened off, so I'm just gonna kind of pull it down a little bit. It's not an exact science. You just kind of have to fiddle with it until it looks in a way that's pleasing to you. And then I just kind of wind my way down to this corner, and I go into that corner. I try to switch directions 3 times before I cut off to make sure it won't come loose. So I'm going to count that as 1, and then I'm going to go back the other direction and count that as 2, and then go back 1 more time and count that as 3, and then I'm going to cut off the yarn. So if you're not familiar with weaving in ends, that is how you do it. And this is going to be the wrong side, so when I turn the bag, you won't be able to see it at all. Okay? And next we're going to steam the bag to stretch it out a little bit and loosen up these fibers. I'll show you how to do that. Then we're going to attach the handle, and then we're going to make a tassel for this heart and make a bag charm and show you how to do that. So we've got a few more steps to go before we finish. Here's what we have so far, and I'm going to turn the bag right side out so we can see how pretty it is looking. Now we're getting somewhere. Yes, that is lovely. Aw, that's so cute. Okay, I'm going to get the bag that I made before and compare the sizes. So you see this is considerably larger, but this one has been steamed and this one has not. So now we're going to steam block this one and get all those fibers really nice and loose and relaxed, and this bag is going to stretch out quite a bit. So I will let you watch me do that now. Okay, now let's see how the size compares now. Now this bag is the same size as my original one. Might be even just a touch larger. So it's looking really good. I might steam it just a couple more times just to make sure it is relaxed as much as possible for good measure. I'm really loving the way it's looking. It feels so much better after steaming it. And if you don't have a steamer, you can do the same by just wetting it, giving it a soak in some fabric softener, and then putting it on some sort of block, or just stretching it out flat on a flat surface to dry and laying something heavy on top of it if you don't have the means to do the steam blocking or don't have the tools. You can improvise with some things you have around the house and get the same effect. We're ready now to attach our handles. I've got this foam block here because hearing this clang against the desk is really annoying. So that's why I have the foam block here. We're going to attach the rings from here to here. So find these two side blocks, and on those find the top of your last stitch before the corner, and that's where we're going to attach. Make a slip stitch and fasten onto your hook. Tighten it up. Then pull through that space, fasten on, then go back into that stitch, that same stitch, and we're going to attach the handles with a single crochet all the way across. So you're going to pick up your hoop, you're going to put the hook under the hoop, and your yarn is going to be over the hoop. You're going to grab it with your hook, pull under and through the stitch. Then you're going to yarn over, it's a little bit fiddly, yarn over and pull through two. Okay, now we're at the corner again, so we're going to do 2 single crochets into this corner. You're going to put your hook through that space and under the hoop, pick up the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that one more time. Go into that chain space, grab your yarn, pull it through the chain space, yarn over, and pull through 2. Okay, and now we're at the next corner, and you're going to do that again. So you're going to go through the corner, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that again. Go through the corner, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we are at the place where we can go through the top of these stitches all the way across. So go into the top of your next stitch, the one just after your corner. So right here, go into the top of that stitch, go through the hoop with your hook. Try to keep if your stitches get overlapped, kind of just straighten them out like that. And grab the yarn, pull it through that stitch underneath, yarn over, pull through 2. Go through the next stitch, under the hoop, through the hoop, yarn over, pull through, pull through. Okay, we're going to do that all the way over to this corner. Meet me right here. Now we're over to the opposite corner, and I'm just going to go into that corner and do 2 single crochets, just like I've been doing all the way across. Get my threads straightened out here. I've got a couple that are crisscrossing. That drives me a little crazy. Okay, now, am I the only one that's neurotic about my threads being just so? Okay, so now that looks better. And I'm going to go into the next corner of this block and do 2 more single crochets into that corner. ta-da, there we are. Now what we are going to do is we are going to single crochet in the top of these stitches all the way around. When I get to this corner, when you get to this corner and this corner, do 2 single crochets into those corners and then continue. And when we get around to this side, we're going to attach the other handle. So I'm probably going to fast forward here and meet you here at this corner so we can review that together, make sure we get it correct. So just single crochet in the top of these stitches to give you a nice pretty little border all the way around, just a pretty finished edge. Here I am at the corner, so I'm going to do 2 single crochets there. And I'm going to continue around and stop before you get to this corner here, and we'll attach the other handle together. Now we're to this stitch just before the corner, so we're going to go into that stitch, pick up your hoop, go under the hoop with your hook, pull the yarn over the top of the hoop, pull your yarn through and through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets right into that corner. Yarn over, pull through 2, do 1 more, go through that corner with another single crochet. And now we're to this corner of this block. So we're going to do that again. You're going to put 2 single crochets into that corner. And find the top of your next stitch, which should be there for me. So I'm going to go through that stitch, and now I'm going to continue across. So meet me back when we get to here, and we'll go through this corner together and finish it. All right, we're back to this corner, so we're going to go directly into that corner with 2 single crochets. And then hop over to the corner of this block, the one on your side, and do 2 single crochets into that corner. And that will be the last stitch that attaches your handle. And now we're going to continue with single crochets all the way around to where we first started. So find the top of your next stitch and single crochet into that and go all the way around. I'll meet you at the corner, at the point here, and tell you what to do if you don't remember. We're at the top, at the point, which would be the edge of our purse. So we're going to put 2 single crochet into that corner. And the reason we're not doing 2 single crochet and a chain and then 2 more single crochet is because we don't want it to like flare out too much on the edge. So we just don't need those extra stitches here on the edge. It might make it too gappy on the ends, if gappy is a word. All right, now we're going to continue with the single crochet. There that annoying sound is on the desk. I don't know why it is, but the wood against the plastic is really annoying to me, and I can't stand that sound. It's like nails on a chalkboard or something. Okay, so we're going to continue around. And we are back to where we started. And I'm going to go into that same stitch where I started and do a slip stitch and fasten off. Chain 1, pull through, I'm going to weave in my ends on the inside of the purse. And I'll meet you back when I have all that cleaned up. I hope you found the heart tutorial that I linked helpful. So when you've made your heart and are ready to make your tassel, you're going to need a piece of cardboard or something stiff to wrap around your yarn to make your tassel. So we're going to start by taking our yarn, and this piece of cardboard is about 6 inches this way, and we're going to wind it around both sides. I'm not going to make my tassel super thick because I want it to have some movement as it hangs from the purse and be kind of long and flowy. And I think that's about as thick as I want it to be. And I'm going to cut my yarn down here at the end. Then I want to take another piece of yarn. Probably, I just want plenty of room. I don't want it to come up short. So, you know, like 18 inches long. That's probably overkill, but I want it to not be lacking in length if I need a little extra. So I'm going to thread my needle here and go under here at the top like this. Make sure I'm getting under all of the threads. I'm going to pull it through. And I want it to be about halfway through on each side, so in the middle. And I'm going to make a knot as tight as I can, which if you have an extra pair of hands to help you, that would be nice. Someone to put their finger on it for you so you can get it super tight. But I'm here alone, so I'm going to have to try to do it myself. My little puppy Summer, she could use her paw, but I don't think she could hold it as tight as I need to. It's just she and I here today. Okay, so got it as tight as I can, but I'm going to run it through one more time to see if I can get it any tighter. Just for good measure, you put all of this work into your beautiful purse and your tassel, and you don't want pieces coming out. That would be disappointing. Okay, so pull it through again. Got a little stray thread here that's trying to get away from me. Okay, and now I'm going to knot it again to make sure I've got it tight enough. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. Oop, it's about to slip loose. I have to Okay, now I don't want to lose track of these threads. They're longer, so that's one way I can tell which ones are the ones I need. And now we're going to cut along the bottom here. And this is what we have so far. So just kind of take your fingers and run it through to pull those threads out straight. Make sure there's nothing knotted or tangled up on the inside there. Just make it all smooth. And cut another piece of yarn, fairly long, just so you have enough. You can always trim it. Now lay this piece of yarn out and put the tassel in the middle of the length of the yarn. And I know she looks like she needs a haircut, and she's going to get one. We're going to trim it up all nice and even at the end. So we're going to make the top of our tassel. So just make a knot right here. Get it as tight as you can. This is going to give it even more security so the threads don't come loose. And now I am going to do that again on this side. Make it as tight as I possibly can. Pull it and then make another knot. Okay, that feels pretty secure. All right. Now these threads I need to leave long at the top. I need to leave that because we're going to attach that to our heart. So I'm going to give her a little haircut. And now we're going to thread both of these pieces of yarn through our needle. Like this. And then you're going to take your heart and you're going to go up through the tip of it and up through the top. Like this. And now I'm going to take, I've got them both coming out the same hole, so I'm going to take one of these pieces of yarn and run it through a different stitch at the top, just somewhere very close by, but through, just so they're not both coming out the same opening. And the reason I'm doing that is because that's where I'm going to fasten it, where it won't, where if I pull right now, it's not fastened, so it would just come out. So I'm going to pull that up. Make sure I haven't misshapen anything, and I'm going to tie a knot in the top. All right, so there's our tassel. We'll get back to our bag here in a moment and attach it and put everything together. And also stick around, we're going to do a little fashion show and I'll style the bag for you and show you how it can be styled with some different outfits. So see you in a minute. Now we have our bag charm and our bag ready, and we're going to attach the two together. I prefer to have my bag charm hanging from the actual ring, from the hoop, so that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be a pretty low-tech version of how to attach it, so you can modify it however you wish, but this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to loop it around the hoop, and then I'm going to take one of my strands of yarn and put it on the needle, and I'm going to run it through one of my stitches here at the top and pull it out the other side. And then I'm going to take the other one and do the same thing, but I'm going to go into a different stitch but come out the same stitch. So I don't want to go into the same stitch where the other one was located, but I do want to come out the same opening. And there's a reason I'm doing this. So I'm going to bring it through the same hole. Now, this is what I mean by low tech. I'm just going to tie it in a knot. I don't want it too tight though. I want it to hang real pretty, have a pretty drape to it, but not too loose. So this is where I'm going to tie the knot. And since I drew both of those threads through the same hole, I'll be able to retract them through that hole and the knot and the threads won't show. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut it off, leave a little bit hanging, and then I'm going to take my crochet hook and I'm going to find my way in there and back up through that same hole where these are coming out, and I'm going to pull it through. Okay, so there, those are completely hidden and securely attached, and there we go. It's all finished. How do you like it? When you're putting together an outfit to wear with your handmade piece, it's okay to let that piece that you've worked so hard on be the focal point of your outfit. So I would suggest not wearing any other knit or crocheted pieces with it, like a scarf or a sweater. Just choose one of your handmaids to wear at a time, and that gives your eye a place to land and makes that piece you've worked so hard on the focal point of your outfit.
Make it stop, the icing on your cake, the cherry on the top. It's heaven in my heart, and we could find some space. I could be the word to your missing piece, the extra sentimental kind of chemistry. Some people make it hard, to me that isn't the case. 'Cause I make it so easy to fall in love. So come give me a call and fall into love.
Thank you for coming along for today's tutorial and crocheting with me. And you're going to find more content like this in the future, so please come back, like and subscribe. And remember, beautiful, to let your light shine and always stay chic. Bye-bye.
Say
Chic, chic.